And welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City High School as we are ready to get underway with the IHSA Class 1A Boys Regional. As the Rushville-Industry Rockets are in Bushnell to play the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us tonight as the postseason and the original March Madness is underway here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Jake Croxton with the starting lineups.
At guard for the Rockets, a 5'9" junior, number 3, Jordan McGinnis. At guard for the Spartans, a 5'7" junior, number 11, Lane Huffman. At forward for Rushville-Industry, a 6'2" senior, number 20, Scott Norton. And the third guard for the Spartans, a 6' senior, number 23, Osmond Peroku. At the other forward for the Rockets, a 5'10" junior, number 34, Reed Freetag. And at forward for the Spartans, a 5'11" senior, number 24, Dalton Hopkins. In the middle for the Rockets, a 6'1" junior, number 4, Bennett Freetag. And in the middle for the Spartans, a 6'4" senior, number 10, Tanner Clayton. Tyler Crum is the Rockets head coach, assisted by Chuck Thomas. Frank Crozier and Tyler Dimmick. Tyler Steiner heads up the Spartan bench, assisted by Steve Martin. And Devin Yoka. Tonight's officials are Kennedy Gooding, Katie Beal, and Dave Hansley.
So welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City High School one more time. You're watching TSSR Game Time live presented by MDH as we get ready to jump things up. It's going to be Carter Freetag and Tanner Kleindense to jump things up. Carter, just a freshman, the youngest of the Freetags. There'll be 3 of them starting here tonight, if you heard. We'll go over them in just a couple minutes. The Rushville-Industry Rockets is going to come out in a 1-3-1 zone. And we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams in a few moments here. Freetag of the Carter variety is playing the points. And a travel on Osmond Peroku on the far side. So Tyler Crum heads the bench for the Rushville-Industry Rockets, a team that has shown great improvement over the last few weeks. Probably playing better of late than their number 9 seed suggests. BPC comes in with the number 8 seed in the subsectional complex. And it's a 2-3 zone for the Spartans now. It's Carter Freetag is up for 3. It's off no good. Rebound tied up down below, and tying it up was Tanner Kleindense and number 20, Scott Norton. It's going to be a jump ball possession to the Rockets. BPC will get the next jump ball, so the possession arrow changes. Freetag of the Carter variety with it down in the right corner up top. It comes to McGinnis, so it's Bennett Freetag, number 4. Number 34 is Reed Freetag. That's who has the basketball right now. And McGinnis tightrope walking the half-court stripe. What a job as he was trying to stay on his side of half court, and he did a fine job of it. Ends up being knocked out of bounds by BPC. 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. No score. And in fact, it's just one possession apiece. This is a second. Nope. It's going to be a traveling call. No basket for Carter Freetag. So we still are at 0-0. This time 6:57 remaining here in the first quarter. IHSA Class 1A regional basketball underway. This is part of the Southeastern sectional, which will be held Wednesday and Friday in Augusta, Illinois. Southeastern High School, the host of that. Southeastern has a game tonight against South Fulton. There's Dalton Huffman with a shot, a good look, but couldn't get it to fall, and that's going to be a rebound by Bennett Freetag, and back the other way it comes for the Rockets. Still no score, 6:28 remaining. As now Osmond Peroku comes out to pressure. Norton with it down low. Coming to knock it away was Huffman. It fell on the baseline, though, before Kleindense could save it. It'll stay with the Rockets. 6:21 to go. As now it's going to be Bennett Freetag to take things out for the Rockets. Rushville-Industry. As Freetag now down low. Powers up through Kleindense. And Kleindense not holding his ground, moving with him, and he's going to pick up the foul. Tanner Kleindense picks up his first foul, team's first foul of the quarter. At the free throw line to shoot the first free throws of the game is going to be number 4, Bennett Freitag. First one is good. First points of the game come from the free throw line as Freitag hits the first one. Second one up and off, no good. Kleindense rips it away from Norton and then throws it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rockets. 6:17 to go. Sub coming in for the Spartans, going to be number 34, Nate Kramer, checking in for BPC. Hard pass lost by Bennett Freitag and picked up by Lane Huffman, and BPC will go. So we'll look at the starters now. As one of them, Osman Perelku for 3. His shot's off, no good. Huffman with the rebound. Dalton can't finish, and Bennett Freitag with the rebound. Starters are Carter Freitag, number 2, Jordan McGinnis, number 3 for Rushville-Industry. Number 4 is Bennett Freitag. Number 20, Scott Norton. And number 34, who just had the ball, is Reed Freitag. That's the starters for Rushville-Industry. We'll try to get the starters for BPC, although they've had a sub already here. The 5:40 mark of the first quarter. Skip across McGinnis, right corner, blocked out of bounds by Dalton Huffman. And a timeout on the floor for 2 BPC players to tie shoes. Beekman and Perelku both tying shoes there. 5:35 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 1-0 Rockets. It's into Carter Freitag. Now Scott Norton has it to McGinnis. And Perelku with the steal. A good look at a layup here for Perelku. He'll drop it up and in. Osman Perelku has the first field goal of the game, and the Spartans lead 2-1. Reed Freitag has it kicked by Lane Huffman out of bounds. Would have been a violation either way. Possession stays with the Rockets. 5:12 to go in the first quarter. These Rockets played Illini West to a 5-point game, led much of that game, I'm being told. I let it slip in the last 2 or 3 minutes. But they have much improved since Carter Freitag, a freshman, number 2, has moved to the starting lineup. And he goes in and powers one up, can't get it to finish. Beekman with the rebound for BPC. 4:45 remaining in the first quarter. Still 2-1 the score. No timeouts, just one foul called. Beekman to Huffman. It's Lane Huffman. Dalton Huffman shooting a 2 right now. Nate Kramer with the rebound. Beekman with it. So it's Brock Beekman, Lane Huffman, Osman Perelku, Dalton Huffman. There's a 3 by Beekman, in and out, no good. And it was Tanner Kleindense to start for BPC. Nate Kramer, as Perelku stole the pass but threw it off of Freitag of the Carter variety. Now it's passed by Huffman as Perelku now drives to the rack, dumps it off, and a foul is going to be called on Scott Norton. His first, team's first of the quarter. BPC doing a great job of getting into the passing lanes right now, and it's kind of helped by the fact that Rushville-Industry seems to be willing to throw some really long cross-court passes, which has caused some problems as far as keeping the basketball in their own hands. Now it's going to skip out Lane Huffman. Perelku. They started in the 2-3 in the inbound and then went to the 1-3-1 as soon as they came out. It's McGinnis on the baseline for the 1-3-1. Carter Freitag still up top. Middle is Bennett Freitag. Left side is Norton. Right side of the defense is Reed Freitag. Perelku looks at the 3, doesn't take it. McGinnis, a pretty hard bump. Nice pass from Perelku to Huffman. And Dalton Huffman gets the bucket. His first of the game. 3:15 remaining. BPC leads 4-1. Counted, and a foul for Bennett Freitag. That might be on Kramer, who was trying to keep him from getting an easy bucket. We'll see. It is on Nate Kramer. His first, team second. At the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws for the Rockets, going to be Bennett Freitag. He's 1 for 2. Actually, he made the bucket, excuse me. So he's 1 for 3 now. Ball knocked away up in the air, and free tag of the Bennett variety comes down with it. 2:58 to go. Norton, nobody stops basketball. Norton had a great look, but laid it up with the right hand a little too hard. It bounced off the right side of the rim, and it's BPC basketball. 4-3 here in quarter number 1. Beekman into Huffman. Skips across Kramer. Kramer from about 16 foot. His jumper's off, no good. Bennett free tag with the rebound. Hop in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We love to see that stuff in the live chat. That absolutely goes for both schools. We've covered a lot of Rushville-Industry Rockets sporting events this year, as we do every year. There's Carter free tag for 3. It's off, no good. Bennett free tag with a rebound. Dumps it across to Reed, free tag. His shot's up short. Carter had the rebound, lost it. McGinnis now to Bennett, and they reset the offense. 2:03 remaining. Carter free tag now goes, and they're going to call a block on Huffman, and the basket's good. Third foul on the Spartans. Huffman's first. Timeout on the floor. Charged to BPC. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. And we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance brings BPC Sports to TSSR right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School as Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance brings BPC Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Gavin Pimble checking in for BPC. He'll wear number 2. As Carter free tag going to be at the free throw line to complete an old-fashioned three-point play. Bennett is 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Spartans have not shot any free throws yet. This will be free throw number 4 for the Rockets. Rockets lead for the first time, 5-4, make it 6-4. Carter free tag has 3 points. That was exactly 2 minutes when the BPC timeout was called. BPC will have 4 timeouts remaining, 2 30s and 2 fulls. Gavin Pimble's in. Lane Huffman for 3, left a little short. McGinnis is going to track down the rebound. Mark Schmidt took the jersey number 22 tonight. He'll be wearing the 22 jersey for the postseason. 1:31 remaining. Here in the first quarter, it's 6-4. Rockets with the lead. BPC led 4-1. It's a 5-0 run for the Rockets. Skip across to Reed free tag. It loses it out of bounds. It'll be BPC basketball. Not a sub has come off the bench for Rushville-Industry as of yet. BPC's subbed a couple players. Nate Kramer came in for Tanner Kleindance early in the quarter, and Tanner has not come back on the floor. Beekman just took a seat a few moments ago. Perelku down in the corner against the 1-3-1. Back to Gavin Pimble now. Three on the way by Pimble is good. A sports corner 3 for Gavin Pimble. And BPC retakes the lead 7-6. Ball was kicked by BPC out of bounds. Sub coming in. Beekman's going to replace Perelku. Will take a seat for a moment. Perelku leaves with 2 points. Reed. McGinnis to Carter free tag 3 again. Off no good. That's going to go off of Scott Norton out of bounds as he got position on Gavin Pimble but couldn't hold on to the rebound. 38.7 seconds remain. BPC with the basketball in a 1-point lead. BPC has the possession arrow also. So if everything stays status quo, they will have the ball to start the second quarter. Huffman to Beekman. Back to Lane Huffman. 26 seconds remain. Beekman now skips it across to Pimble. Pimble's going to try another three. That one's hard off back iron, no good. And Lane Huffman got underneath Carter Freetag. Didn't mean to. He just got there and then realized what it was going to happen. That's his first, team's fourth. 4 players have 1 foul for BPC. Just 1 team foul in the quarter for the Rockets. McGinnis with 10 seconds remaining. Carter Freetag, 3 left wing. Looks good. Is not. It rolled in and out. Beekman with the rebound with 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Half-court heave is high off the backboard. No good. And the first quarter ends with BPC leading 7-6. We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb. They were so wonderful.
I thought about the staff of MDH. They're all good. This is just the best place for you and your family.
And good evening. Welcome back to Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance coverage of BPC Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. A little brief camera adjustment needed to be done there, folks. I apologize. We got it, though. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better for everybody, especially those of us running the cameras. Lane Huffman with it. BPC did start the quarter with the basketball and a 1-point lead. After Gavin Pimble hit the triple. Right elbow jumper by Lane Huffman's off, no good. Rebound knocked away from the Rockets. A 2 by Nate Kramer. Just a foot inside the three-point line. Kramer gets the 2. BPC here in the second quarter goes up by 3. It's the second time they've led by 3. They led it 4-1. Near side in the ball game for the Rockets. Shot off, no good. That is number 1, Jagger Bartlett. Near turnover, skips across to Beekman. Now Pimble and Flo rattles it around and drops it in. A sports corner 3 for Gavin Pimble. His second triple. And BPC leads 12-6. Largest lead of the game for either team. Bartlett with it. Comes up to McGinnis. Skips it across to Bennett Freetag. Down low to Carter Freetag. He's going to be fouled by Nate Kramer. He'll shoot 2 free throws, and Kramer will pick up his second foul. Team's first of the quarter. Carter Freetag, 1 for 1 from the free throw line thus far tonight. His team trailing by 6 with 6:36 to go here in the second quarter. First free throw is good. Tanner Kleindentz and Osman Perelku checking in for BPC. That'll leave Lane and Dalton Huffman on the floor for BPC. Osman Perelku, Gavin Pimble, and Tanner Kleindentz. For the Rockets, it is Jagger Bartlett, Bennett Freetag, Carter Freetag. Also in is number 23, number 23 for Rushville-Industry is Rylan Reimolds, excuse me. And McGinnis is still out there. Perelku to Huffman, who leaves it hard off the glass, no good. On the floor, jump ball. Possessions, well, they're going to call a foul. McGinnis is going to pick up a foul. You might have heard Coach Crum say no way. I didn't see it either, but I wasn't looking in that vicinity. That's the reason why they have 3 officials out here, folks. You can't watch everything. And that official called that foul under the basket. I was looking more out to the middle of the lane where the ball was. Pimble with it. Want to say hi to Rita Corson as the ball stolen away. Proud grandma and grandpa of the Free Tag boys watching from Florida. Well, thank you very much for watching. We're glad you're able to tune in. There's a lot of dual names, 3 Free Tags and for the Rockets and 2 Huffmans for BPC. Skip it across. Reimolds with the shot. It's off, no good. Rylan Reimolds missed the shot, number 23. Perelku's going to drive, dumps it to Huffman. His shot's off. Dalton can't get the left elbow jumper to fall. And it's Free Tag either didn't put it up or it didn't go up. It didn't put it up. Free Tag hit both free throws earlier. Carter did. There's Bartlett with it. Back to McGinnis. Now to Reimolds for 3. It's off, no good. Ball tipped around. Off Bartlett and Perelku into the hands of Tanner Kleindense, and back the other way it goes for BPC. There's a 3 for Gavin Pimble. Hits his 3rd 3 at Sports Corner 3 for Gavin Pimble. 30-second timeout charge to the Rockets. It's their first timeout. With 4:44 to go, BPC has their largest lead of the game here in the second quarter, 15-8. We'll tell you this game is being brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cold Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank, for over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or the drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. 4:38 to go, and Norton ran right to the bucket, but he's going to get fouled first by Lane Huffman, his second, team's second of the quarter. Tanner Pierce checking in for BPC, number 42. Osmond Perelku tips it away. I don't think he can track it down. And they're going to call a foul. Absolutely. McGinnis gave him a shove in the back, and that could have been intentional. I can't believe they didn't call it intentional. That's his second. He might have still been unhappy with the last foul call, but I do believe that Rylan Reimolds coming back in. McGinnis is going to take a seat. That's a big foul, and I think Coach Crum took McGinnis out just to make sure nothing crazy happened with him here down the stretch of this half. Rebound off the hands of Kleindense right to Carter Freitag. Now Carter Freitag bobbled it and just lost it out of bounds. Looked like he started to pass it with both hands, and one hand fell off early is what it really looked like from up here. Not sure if that's exactly what happened or not, but just a uncharacteristic bobble for the freshman, and it's a 15-8 lead and a basketball for the Spartans. Down low it goes to Tanner Kleindense. His shot's high, up off the glass, no good. Bennett Freitag with the rebound. Rylan Reimolds way up high to contest the shot. Carter Freitag goes to the rack and gets it to fall. Carter Freitag has 7 points. It's 15-10. 3:53 to go in the first half. Perelku overshoots Tanner Kleindance. Bennett Freitag was there to take it. Rylan Reimolds gives it to Norton. Norton now back up top, Reimolds. BPC extending the 2-3 zone out some here. Bartlett well off the mark on the three, but the shot was so far off that Bennett Freitag was the only one that could get the rebound. He gets the bucket. He's now got 5 points, and it's a 3-point game, 15-12, with 3:14 remaining in the first half. Down to Tanner Kleindance, and again, Perelku overshoots Kleindance. That time it goes out of bounds. Reed Freitag back in for the Rockets, and Gavin Pimble back in for BPC. Reimolds got, foul there on Tanner Kleindance. He came across Carter Freitag in a big way.
Spartan personal foul charge number 10, Tanner Kleindance, to second, team third.
Carter Freitag. Kleindance gets his second. Freitag makes the first. Ethan McKim checks in for BPC. Tanner Kleindance has 2 fouls. (15-13), make it 15-14. A 1-point game, a 6-0 run for the Rockets. Freitag is now 5 for 5 from the free throw line. 3 on the way by Pimble, off no good. McKim with the rebound and the putback. It's off, no good. Ball's on the floor. Reed Freitag's going to pick it up. McKim coming off the bench and hard work down low. Couldn't get it to finish, though. He's going to guard Bennett Freitag. 3 on the way by Carter Freitag. It's good. I think they're going to try to take Ethan McKim out of the game. Thought he hit his head or something, maybe, one of the officials thought. Connor Upton's going to check in for BPC now. So Freitag gets his first 3-pointer of the game. Still the 1-3-1. Beekman with it. It's Beekman, Pimble.
30-second timeout.
Timeout charged BPC. It'll be a 30-second timeout. It's their first timeout, their first 30-second timeout. They'll have 2 fulls and a 30 left. Here with 2:12 to go in the first half, the Rockets have scored 9 straight points to take a 17-15 lead here after BPC had went up 15-8. Game being brought to you by Raritan State Bank. Raritan State Bank's Bushnell branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank, a friendly service, or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Raritan State Bank's an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. And Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. I want to say hi to our folks at Rosie's. There's Pimble for another 3. Can't get it to fall. Norton with the rebound. He stops and hands it off to Carter Freitag. Under 2 minutes to go now. Reed Freitag steps out. BPC an extended 2-3. Carter Freitag was down low trying to get Reed to throw it to him. And a traveling violation called on Carter Freitag as Carter heaved that right into the gut of Beekman. Pimble with it. Beekman, Perelku. Gets a little too lackadaisical on the pass to Huffman. Bennett Freitag is blocked by Beekman, but the body got him, and that was a good call because Freitag hesitated just to make that happen. Brock Beekman picks up his first foul. Team's fourth foul of the quarter. 1:14 remaining. Bennett Freitag shooting 2 free throws here. He is 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. He hits that one, making 2 for 4. And make it a 10-0 run for the Rockets. BPC sprinted out to a 15-8 lead, and then the rebound off, no good, but Scott Norton gets the rebound and the putback. Now a turnover back the other way again. Here comes Carter Freitag, and he's going to be fouled by Perelku. And the wheels falling off for BPC a little bit here. They have 18. I don't think they got the other score up on the scoreboard. It should be 20-15. There's one free throw made, and then the 2-point bucket by Scott Norton. It should be 20. Yeah, it should be 20. Now the scoreboard is not working, so it's went off. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a break. Oh, there it comes back. We'll see if it's going to work or not. 1:14 remaining. As they reset the scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. The scoreboard is completely gone now. They're working on the computer over there trying to reset it. It's 1:14 remaining. We do have scoreboard capabilities on our clock. Or on our computer. If I had somebody to run the scoreboard, we could actually do the clock on our computer system, but they still wouldn't be able to see it. You folks would be able to see it at home, and they'd have somewhere to run it. They could do it on a stopwatch, just about the same. As looks like they're going to take an extended timeout here, as it's back up now. It is 20-15. And it looks like we're good. It says 1:03 on the clock. Carter Freitag's going to be shooting a couple free throws when we come back. The wheels have fallen off so much for BPC. They've given up 12 straight points. Fouls on the last 2 or 3 times down the floor, and the scoreboard quit working. Free throw by Freitag is good. He is 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. Freshman goes 7 for 7 in the first half. It's 22-15, and the clock's not working again. So 20-15, or 22-15 is the score. It's a 14-0 run for the Rockets. As Coach Snyder is over trying to help out now. 57.8 seconds remain. And it looks like they've got it working now. Coach Snyder just turns around and says, I just had to unplug it and plug it back in. As the officials are still talking here. Once again, 57.8 is what's on the clock. They had 103 when they started to bring it up the floor. I don't know if they're going to put any time back on the clock or if they'll just consider the time that was ran off as it didn't really cost anything. So it looks like they'll start back up with 57.8 seconds remaining in the first half. 22-15 is the score. BPC, who led 15-8, now trails by 7, 22-15. Pimble with it. He's got 3 3-pointers. Upton's going to try for a 3. It's well off the mark. Rebound to Reed Freitag. 44 seconds remaining, and Scott Norton's going to walk it up. You wonder if they don't hold for one shot here, will the Rockets. Norton to Reimels. Reed Freitag to Bennett Freitag, who loses it. Pimble comes up with it. Perelku pushes it back the other way. 23 seconds left in the first half. Again, a 14-0 run is what the Rockets are finding themselves in right now. They were down 15-8 and have come back to take a 22-15 lead. Perelku is going to try to end the half with a 3. He can't do it. 5 seconds left. Norton with the rebound. Now Reimels from half court, and they're going to call a foul. And Beekman is going to pick up the foul, and that's going to give free throws to Reimels. Beekman picks up the silly foul from half court, and 2 free throws coming for Rylan Reimels. He's one of 2 subs that have played for the Rockets. And he is shooting his first free throws. 0.2 seconds left on the clock. First free throw, no good. Second free throw with 0.2 seconds in the first half. That one's off, no good. And that's going to be the end of the first half of play. BPC trails Rushville-Industry 22-15. It was a 14-0 run at the end of the first half for Rushville-Industry. And BPC finds themselves at home and the IHSA Regional down by 7, 22-15, 9:50 to go. Here in the halftime session. You want to put that on for a minute? No? Okay, well, we're going to take a break. We might get Shelby Burgett on a little bit later. We'll take a break and let you hear a word from Patrick Osterman, who is part of MDH, our title sponsor for TSSR Game Time Live. You've been watching Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance coverage of TSSR Game Time Live coverage of BPC Sports.
Welcome back to halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Patrick Osterman, the Director of Business. What? Tell me again. I know you as the media guy. That's what I know you as. And every time I talk to you, it's like I can't ever remember.
Well, for the majority of my MDH career, I have been the Director of Public Relations and Marketing. But as of February of 2023, that's when I added on the title of Vice President of Business Strategy.
Well, see, there you go. See, that's what you get me all discombobulated. You know, the email address doesn't change. That's my problem.
It does not. No.
If you changed the email address, I would have had that. I would have remembered that. But every time, you get something stuck in your head. It's kind of like when I'm announcing a basketball game or something, and I say somebody's name wrong, and then they say this is how you're supposed to say it. I always just mess it up. It's just hard to change back. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Well, we're here to talk about MDH, not about all my shortcomings as an announcer or an interviewer, but a lot of big things happening for MDH here in the last year or so, hasn't there?
There has been a lot of really positive things going on. If you come out to our campus, you're going to see the construction for the community pharmacy going on. That is certainly one of our big projects. We've also had a lot of community outreach events, too, over the past 6 months, I would say, really from like summer, fall 2023. Just a lot of positive things going on.
Well, one of the things we talked a little bit about last year but didn't really get to touch on a lot was you've expanded. You've got a physical therapy, I believe, in Monmouth. Is that correct?
Correct. We got the MDH Monmouth Clinic, physical therapy up there, a convenience clinic. Everything's been going really well up there. Very supportive community. Really been just incredible how many people have been welcoming us into the community. We've got some staff members up there who are part of the Monmouth community, live there in Monmouth. So really the familiar face when you walk into the clinic.
Obviously, we were talking about sports, and we've talked about physical therapy and rehabilitation. That's a large – I don't know if it's a large part of what you guys do, but it's a very active way for you to be involved in the sports in the area, especially high school sports, and you've got a very solid physical therapy and rehabilitation department.
Our sports medicine and rehabilitation department. We've got our clinic up in the hospital on the third floor. We have our clinic in North Lafayette. We've got one over in our Bushnell family practice, and as we just talked about, up in the Monmouth clinic as well. As you know, Dwayne, sports is big in this area, and it's great. I've got children who played sports for Macomb or are playing sports for Macomb. We know how important that is. Make sure you have the athletic trainers, that you have the proper medical care there on the sidelines for the student athletes. So anytime that we can be a sponsor of that to help and just help not only promote the MDH brand, but more importantly, take care of the patients, take care of the student athletes. That's what's most important.
I think one of the biggest things parents, fans can see in person is Lindsay, Kessler, all those trainers that are at these games, and they it's I don't want to say it's funny, but it's really cool to see how they become ingrained in those teams that they are part of as trainers.
I used to work in college athletics before making the switch over to MDH, and in my near 25 years of working in sports information, we would be involved with the teams quite a bit. But as also one of the support staff members, we also work closely with the athletic trainers. There's a lot of different personnel involved, more than just the coach and the student athlete, that help make that successful. When you have a strong support staff like athletic trainers, for instance, it's just going to make your program stronger. You want your kids healthy. You want them to be out there as much as possible. If they are injured, okay, what can we do to best care for them to make sure that they get on the court quickly and as healthy as possible?
I think MDH and the schools, though, are lucky to have the quality of trainers that you've got that not only do a good job, but truly, I mean, you can watch by the Facebook posts and how much they care about the teams, even if they don't treat somebody on a team, they become part of that team.
They do, and I think the more they deal with it, they're there on a daily basis. They want to see those student athletes succeed, and they certainly do have a personal investment in the teams and seeing the kids, the student athletes, the coaches succeed, and the school succeed.
Okay, so we've talked about how important trainers are and everything to MDH, but you mentioned a few minutes ago, I think it's been a few minutes ago, seconds ago maybe, but you talked about how you spent years in sports information.
I did.
How does a sports information guy end up as a public relations guy and then a VP at a hospital?
Well, when I got started, I had an interest in doing a lot of writing when I was in college, and my academic advisor knew me, he knew my family, and he knew we were big sports fans. And he said, "Pat, you realize there's a profession out there called sports information?" And he explained it to me, and I said, "So essentially I kind of get paid to watch sports?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, kind of." So that really started my interest. And then when I was at Northern Iowa, that's where I got my undergrad degree. I actually graduated with public relations degree. I worked at the student office at Northern Iowa, and then that led me to go to grad school out at Gonzaga University. I got my athletic administration master's degree. And my first job was actually at Eastern Illinois And I was the PR person for Eastern Illinois University Athletics. I was the assistant director. Worked 7 great years. That's where I met my wife, Susan. Our 2 older boys were born there. Led to my first full-time director job at Georgia Southern University. And then from there, I came up to Macomb. I was at Western Illinois for 8 years as the sports information director. But as I joked when I started at MDH, instead of writing about touchdowns and field goals and home runs, now I get to write about doctors, the staff, and just taking care of patients and the positive patient stories. So it's really, instead of athletics where I'm telling a story about student athletes, now I get to tell the story about our staff and great interactions with our patients. And then, you were talking about being named vice president. I do a lot with the Macomb Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board of directors. One of the perks of working at Western and living in Macomb, it's a smaller community. You get to know a lot of people, and we're able to build some great relationships, and it's been just a blessing to be able to carry those relationships from Western over to MDH and now expand on those as my new role as Vice President of Business Strategy.
Well, you've had a couple kids go through Macomb, and
Yep.
they've had some success post Macomb as well, playing some sports, I think, right?
Correct.
So how important is it to be involved? And, TSSR isn't a huge deal by any stretch of the imagination. I guess when you're talking about communications, it's kind of the same thing as MDH, right? We're the small market provider of sorts. Why is it important for you to be involved and to make sure MDH is involved in what we're doing?
Well, as we said earlier, this is a big sports area. There's a very passionate fan base, and if they can't be in the games, they want to be able to try and watch the game somehow. So I remember when you first started, we had our initial conversations. I really was very impressed with the vision that you had to carry this on and where you wanted to go. And I thought this is a great opportunity for us as the marketing director to help promote our MDH brand, but also help promote high school athletics and help promote TSSR Game Time Live. And it's been a great relationship. We anytime I tune in, it's you guys do a great job broadcasting the events home and road. I know it's a lot of work for you guys to put this on, and I think the fans are very appreciative. And it's just a great opportunity for visibility. We're able to tell a story about our staff members and the great things that we're doing here at the hospital, all while watching some great high-quality sports productions.
Well, we appreciate that. Thanks for taking a few times, a few laughs, and a little mess up from me occasionally. But if you watch very many of our broadcasts, you should be used to that. Whenever you hear me talk, I tend to mess up.
No, you do a great job, and it's a great pleasure being a part of this partnership.
We'll be back with the second half right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by.
And welcome back here. Second half just getting underway as the Rockets look to continue a 14-0 run here in the second half. That's how they ended the first half, on a 14-0 run. And Bennett Freitag with it down low. And a 3 by Carter Freitag. Make it a 17-0 run now. Carter Freitag leading all scorers. He came into the half with 14 points. 9 points for Gavin Pimble for BPC. 2 for Kramer, 2 for Huffman of the Dalton variety, and 2 for Perelku. That's their 15 points. Not a whole lot of scoring from anybody else on either team. There's a steal by Dalton Huffman. 4 points, make it 6 points for Bennett Freitag, 2 points for Scott Norton, and that's all the scoring for Rushville-Industry. So we're in the third quarter. A couple people have scored most of the points for both their teams. Problem is there's Huffman getting his second bucket. And the Spartans end it at a 17-0 run. And another turnover. Huffman's going to go back the other way. Lays the layup short. It's tipped around. Kleindense comes down with it, and then McGinnis is going to pick up the foul. And he is less than impressed with that foul. And Coach Hasley, or Dave Hasley, the referee, having a conversation with Scott Norton and Tanner Kleindense, and now they're talking to each other. McGinnis takes a seat as McGinnis picks up his third foul, first team foul. Out top it comes to Perelku, 6:27 remaining. It's 25-17. Perelku jumper, short. Kleindienst with the rebound and the putback. Scott Norton kind of undercut him. No foul call, though. And I don't know that there's a kick by Huffman. I don't know that Norton undercut Kleindienst as much as Kleindienst went over him and then landed on him. So you can't really blame. Sometimes you'll get that foul call, but at the same time, it's not like Scott Norton did anything. He was just there, and Kleindienst jumped over him or onto him. Beekman knocks that one out of bounds as it was intended for Carter Freitag. 6:10 to go. Inbounded to Rylan Reimolds, who's in the game after McGinnis left. Another tip ball. It's going to go off of Rushville-Industry. Here's some grumblings from the Rushville-Industry crowd. They thought that might have went off of Perelku. Huffman now as BPC trying to get back into this after giving up a 17-0 run. Huffman with it, puts it up, counted, and a foul for BPC. I think Reed Freitag is going to pick that one up. It is going to be on Reed Freitag. That's his first, team's second of the quarter. Dalton Huffman shooting the first BPC free throw of the game, and it's off short, and Reimolds rips it away from a three on the way, and good for Reed Freitag, who answers his foul with a triple. And what was a 6-0 run comes to an end for BPC, 28-21. And another foul. This one's going to be on Bennett Freitag. I do believe it'll be his first. Dalton Huffman will be shooting 2 free throws. Team's third. Huffman, who is 0 for 1 from the free throw line, will go back. Misses the first of 2. He's 0 for 2. His team is 0 for 2. But that's 3 very quick fouls here in quarter number 3 for the Rockets, who lead by 7 with 5:24 to go. Third one is good for Huffman. And in transition, Bennett Freitag can't finish, and that's tipped out of bounds by Scott Norton. It'll be BPC basketball. Freitag had a great look at the basket and just could not finish. 5:17, clock running here. BPC down by 6. Down by only 6. They were up by 7 and gave up a 17-0 run at the end of the first half, into the third quarter. Into Huffman. Going down to Kleindienst. Kleindienst could have went opposite and had plenty of room, tried to force it up on the right side and left it short. Rebound, and it comes back the other way for the Rockets. Reimolds with it. 4:43 to go. Freitag drives the baseline. He puts the shot up. It's off, no good. And Tanner Kleindienst is going to pick up the foul, I believe. Carter Freitag is going to shoot 2. It is on Tanner Kleindienst. That's his third. Team's first. We also have games getting ready to start from A-Town. A-Town is playing Putnam County as Freitag hits the first. And also in Southeastern. Southeastern is playing host to South Fulton. Both those are regional Class 1A contests. Those games are getting ready to start at 7 p.m. So when this one's over, you can catch most of those 2 games, or one of them at least if you want to. Freitag hits his 9th straight free throw. He's 9 for 9 from the free throw line. It's 30-22. Shot hard off the glass, no good. Perelku throws it back up, won't get it to fall that time either, and Norton comes down with it. Reed Freitag with it now. Stolen away. Perelku is going to get the left-handed layup with the right hand, and he'll get the bucket to fall. Osmond Perelku has 4 points. 4:05 remaining. Perelku telegraphed that one and picked it up. That'll be his second, team second. Jagger Bartlett checks back in for the Rockets. Rockets have 3 team fouls. BPC has 2, it says. Shot good for Carter Freitag. That's his third 3. 33-24, it's up to a 9-point lead. They led by 10 at 25-15. That shot was off, no good. Kramer tracks the rebound down, though. Goes into Huffman. Huffman puts the shot up. It rattles around and drops in. Good move from Dalton Huffman. He's got 8 points now. Make it 9 with 1 free throw on 3 attempts. Once again, want to say hi to Rita Corson, who's watching in Florida. The proud grandparents, Grandma and Grandpa, both watching of the Freitag boys playing. Nice pass from Bennett Freitag to Jagger Bartlett, and Jagger Bartlett gets the bucket. Want to say hi to them. Hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Lane Huffman for 3. It's hard off back iron, no good. Bennett Freitag with the rebound. Corner 3. Bartlett, good. Jagger Bartlett hits a triple. He's got 5 points here in a quarter, and BPC is suddenly down by 12 with 2:38 remaining, and BPC takes a full timeout. BPC will have 2 timeouts remaining. Again, this is regional play, postseason. That means the loser is done. The winner will move on to play Camp Point Central on Wednesday night in Augusta at Southeastern High School. We'll have those games as well. So either team that wins, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Know when we start the games on Wednesday, as these 2 teams are playing for a chance to head to the regional semifinal. 38-26 the score, 2:38 remaining here in the third quarter. This game being brought to you by M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.m&bfurnitureinc. That's incorporatedinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And BPC, after the timeout, brings the ball in, trailing by 12. Kramer kicks it over to Pimble. Pimble for 3 left side. Good! A sports corner 3 for Gavin Pimble. He's got 4 3-pointers. And BPC is going man-to-man here. Bennett Freitag's going to hand it off to Reimolds. Lane Huffman's going to get called for the pushing foul. Spartan's 3rd foul. That'll be his 3rd. Team's 3rd. I want to say hi to Jenny McCool, cheering on the Spartans, and Nate Dogg from Minnesota. Nate walked by the camera before we were on tonight, and a traveling violation called on Carter Freitag. Asked if he could walk by the camera. I said, yeah, just say hi to somebody. And he said, threw up the peace sign, Nate did, and said, hi, Mom, love you. So, Stacy, if you're watching, Nate's just like a professional athlete. He always says, love you, Mom, on camera, apparently. 1:55 to go in the third quarter. It's a 12-point game. Make it not a 12-point game, an 11-point game. Or 9-point game. I can't talk. Can't add. It's one of those nights. 3 on the way by Carter Freitag is off, no good. Ball tipped around into the hands of Pimble. And BPC a chance to cut into this 3-possession lead. Perelku throws it up, no shot, foul on the floor. Charged to Jagger Bartlett. his first, team's fourth foul of the quarter. Huffman, lane shot. Double foul called on Huffman and Jagger. Bartlett, 24-1. It should be a jump ball, I do believe.
Double foul. Rocket foul, number 1, Jagger Bartlett, his second, team fifth.
Dalton Huffman picks up his second.
24, Dalton Huffman, his second, team fourth.
The fifth foul, but because it was a double foul, it's a non-shooting foul. BPC has 4 fouls now. Into Huffman. He puts the shot up. Counted, and a foul for Dalton Huffman. I believe Scott Norton's going to pick up the foul. We'll see. It is on Norton. Free throw coming for Dalton Huffman. A second old-fashioned three-point play attempt for him. This time he completes it. He's hit his last 2 free throws. He's 2 for 4. Again, transition. Kramer's going to knock that one out of bounds with 1:23 to go. And what was a 12-point lead has been cut to 6 at 38-32. BPC trying to make their run back into this thing. As we head to the fourth quarter and 1 minute and 23 seconds now away from the basketball, I think Perelku is going to pick up the foul. He is. That'll be BPC's 5th. Perelku's 3rd foul. Team foul number 5. Scott Norton's going to shoot 2 free throws. 1:23 remains here in quarter number 3. Every time it looks like one of these teams is going to pull away and hide or run away and hide, the other one claws their way back in. Norton misses the first. Carter Freitag is 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Second one is good for Scott Norton. He's 9 for 9 from the free throw line. As a team, they are 3 for 9 the rest of the way. An over and back violation called on BPC. Carter Freitag has 3 3-pointers, 2 twos, and 9 free throws. Freshman leading the way here for Rushville-Industry. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Perelku is going to pick up his 4th foul. And mismatch for Perelku. He's similar in height, but not in stature as far as, he might be as strong as Bennett Freitag, but he's not as big as Bennett Freitag. And Freitag, who is 2 for 5 from the free throw line, is going to miss another one. He's 2 for 6. Beekman getting ready to check back in. He's going to replace Perelku. Osmond Perelku takes a seat with 4 fouls. 49.1 seconds remaining. Second one is good for Freitag. He's 3 for 7 from charity stripe as Bennett Freitag. 42 seconds remaining. It's back to an 8-point lead. Beekman back to Lane Huffman. 35 seconds down the corner. Beekman for 3. It's short. On the ground. Bouncing around, still bouncing around, still bouncing around. Finally picked up by Norton. He gets it down to Bartlett, who wisely backs it out. Now he goes down to Bennett Freitag. And Kramer's going to come in and foul, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be on Nate Kramer. His 3rd. Bennett Freitag shooting a couple free throws with 20.8 seconds remaining. First one's short off the front iron, no good. Once again, should be getting ready to start with 2 more regional games after this, or right now truly. Southeastern and South Fulton doing battle in Augusta, in A-Town and Putnam County doing battle up in Abington. As Freitag misses both of them. Carter Freitag with a rebound, though. He puts it back up, and he can't get it to fall. And Kramer, I think, is going to pick up another one. Nate Kramer picks up his 4th foul. BPC getting in serious foul trouble here in quarter number 3. 19.2 seconds left, and Carter Freitag, who is 9 for 9 from the free throw line, has 2 opportunities here. First one is good. Short, but it rolled up and over. Tanner Kleindentz is going to replace Nate Kramer. Kleindentz comes in with 3 fouls. So 4 for Perelku, 4 for Kramer, 3 for Lane Huffman, 3 for Tanner Kleindentz, 2 for Beekman, and 2 for Dalton Huffman. That one rattles around and falls through. That's major shooter's touch there. He's 9 for 9 from the free throw line. 13 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Skip across to Lane Huffman. 5 seconds. Now to Pimble. Beekman. Stolen by Carter Freitag. Counted and a foul! What an ending to the quarter for BPC. What a play by Carter Freitag. Huffman's going to pick up the foul. It'll be his 4th. And a bucket is good for Carter Freitag. I think they called an intentional foul on Huffman. That's the first free throw Freitag has missed. He was 9 for 9 until that point, and that's the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Rockets 44, Rushville-Prairie City 32.
Back to a 12-point lead. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. It's 4th quarter action getting ready to come your way as Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance brings TSSR Game Time Live coverage of BPC Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. As we are ready to go here, as the Rockets have been playing inspired basketball, thanks in large part to young Mr. Carter Freitag. Carter, just a freshman, leading all scorers. He was 9 of 9 from the charity stripe before that. Missed there after the hard foul at the end of the 3rd quarter. BPC had cut the lead to 38-32, and now it's right back up to 12 at 44-32. Bennett Freitag counted and a foul. That one might be on Connor Upton. Nope, we're going to call it on Gavin Pimble. That's his first, team's first of the quarter. Bennett Freitag at the free throw line. He shot 7, only made 3. He misses that one as well. Back the other way it goes. It's 46-32. Now Upton has Pimble save it before it goes out of bounds. Huffman with it. Dalton Huffman with it down on the baseline. Jumper off, no good. Kleindentz high for the rebound. And Bennett Freitag maybe got a cramp or a knee. Trainer's going to go down. It looks like it's a cramp, they said. Jordan McGinnis is going to come in as Freitag trying to stretch that leg out after he got tangled up with Tanner Kleindentz. He instantly ran for the bench trying to get off the floor. He's going to try and stretch it out over there. And BPC on the jump ball. Shot off, no good. Long rebound going to be tracked down by Lane Huffman. 3 on the way by Pemble's left short. Rebound to Carter, free tag. He outlets it to Scott Norton. He goes the length of the floor, lays it up, off, no good. And Tanner Kleindens is going to pick up his 4th foul.
Tanner Kleindens picks up the foul, makes his 4th. Team second at the line for 2, Scott Norton.
Scott Norton, who is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Gonna shoot a couple here with 7:08 remaining. First one's good. .24 points for Carter Freitag unofficially. Second one's no good. Largest lead of the game, though, at 15 for the Rockets. Pimble for 3. Hard off front iron, no good. .633 remaining. That goes off the hands of Carter Freitag as he got tangled up with Dalton Huffman. It'll be Spartan basketball. 6:23 remaining. Lane Huffman's going to walk it up the floor, gives it to Pimble, into Huffman of the Dalton variety. He's going to try and drive. He's going to be fouled by Carter Freitag. Believe it or not, that's Carter Freitag's first foul of the game. First of the Rockets of the 4th quarter. Under the headset now. Get that mic pretty close to you there, Shelby. Shelby Burgett going to jump in with us here as Dalton Huffman hits the first free throw. He's hit 3 in a row after missing his first 2. And Osmond Perelku comes in as Tanner Kleindens takes a seat. And Shelby, you told me before the game that this team has looked different since Carter Freitag started playing as a varsity starter, and he's done it pretty much all tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah,
and he gets a layup there.
Yeah, and, we were talking the other day that, when they played IW last week, that he scored the Rockets' first 18 points, including all 16 in the first quarter and the first basket in the second quarter. So, he stays healthy and keeps developing. He's a pretty good player, and he's going to get better.
Yeah, that ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with BPC. 5:47 to go, and this game has been a game of runs, hasn't it? I mean, it's that 17-0 run really proved to be the difference maker, though, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, Bushnell has some chances to kind of, extend some things there in that second quarter, and didn't, wasn't able to do it, and Rushville stayed in the game and worked their way back into it, and they've been playing pretty well.
Dalton Huffman picks up his 3rd foul, team's 3rd foul of the quarter. Back to still a 15-point game. And the Rockets.
I think the Rockets are still going to have to make some free throws before we're all said and done here.
Counted, and a foul as Connor Upton tries to draw the charge, and he was falling before he got hit. Jagger Bartlett gets his 7th point of the half. That's the first on Connor Upton. Team's 4th. And they're going to have plenty of chances to shoot free throws with 5:30 to go. It's a 17-point lead, and Jagger Bartlett, with his first chance at the free throw line, misses that one off back iron, and Upton grabs it off the floor. Freitag's done it all. There's Perelku for 3. It's off front iron, no good. That time, Dalton Huffman gets the jump ball call, but it'll be Rushville basketball. But he was 9 for 9 from the free throw line before he finally missed one. He's got 3 threes and 4 twos, so he can do a little bit of everything, can he?
Yes, he does. He's one of the players for the Rockets that can really, he can burn you from the outside, or he can.
Gavin Pimble hits his 5th three-pointer.
I don't know why they haven't gotten him the ball more, to be honest. I mean, 5 threes is.
Reimels gets hit hard and no foul call. Pimble's going to try it again. That one's short. Perelku with the rebound that put back, and he missed it. Should have probably came down with that and put it back up. And now a timeout's going to be called. It's going to be a timeout by Coach Crum and the Rushville-Industry Rockets. They'll have 3 timeouts remaining. 51-37 is the score. And, 440, it seems like it's a big lead, but 14 points, a regional game, everything's on the line. There's a lot of time left at 4:44.
Plenty of time, absolutely. The way you mentioned earlier, how this has been a game of runs, and once Rushville got the lead, Bushnell's, I think it got within 4?
6, I think it was 4
or
6.
6. But 4:44, you get somebody heating up from the outside, knock down a couple threes, get a couple turnovers. One of the things for Rushville-Industry all season has been, at times they've had difficulty handling the ball, in situations like this. So we'll have to see who steps up for them, or if Bushnell, rallies the troops on defense and, works their way back into it.
Yeah, BPC has shown ability to do a few things. They forced some turnovers tonight, but you mentioned when they were up 15-7 or 15-8 when that 17-0 run started. They had chances to extend that before the run started, and they missed some easy shots.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that comes back and more times than not kind of bites you. And, at this point, still time left, but.
Bartlett throws that off of Bennett Freitag's legs, and Bartlett rifled that. There wasn't any chance for Bennett to do anything with that pass. 4:34 remaining. BPC gets the ball back. And if you're going to turn it over, you definitely don't want to do it in 6 or 8 seconds.
No.
Osmond Perelku is going to try a 3. A sports corner 3 for Osmond Perelku. And BPC has cut it to 11. And a timeout on the floor. That's the first 3 for Perelku. This game being brought to you tonight by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Arago and Taco Bell. BPC, though, now Shelby down to 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, they got some serious foul trouble they're trying to work through with also, with guys with 4 fouls. So
yeah, there's one with 4, one with 3 out there right now, and Perelku's the one with 4. Reed Freitag gives to Bennett Freitag. Now to Carter Freitag. And there's the 10-second violation. And a turnover. That's a bad turnover, but it's also, at least they didn't give up an easy bucket, right? They didn't turn it over as in give it away and give an easy bucket up, right?
Right, yeah, but still, you got to know the situation. You got to be able to, if they're pressuring it, you got to be able to break that pressure.
Gavin Pimble and McGinnis is going to pick up, I think, is it on McGinnis or Upton? J.D. Beal. Oh, J.D. Beal reached for the whistle. I thought he was going to give him I thought he was getting ready to give him a technical. And I think if Coach Crum hadn't have taken McGinnis out, McGinnis might have gotten a technical right there. He picks up his 4th foul. They were having a little bit of a conversation. Nice inbounds pass. Huffman just didn't catch it cleanly. Bennett Freitag comes down with the rebound. 3:55. Over in the corner to Rylan Reimolds, and they back it out smartly. 3:45 remaining. Lane Huffman has 4. Perelku has 4. Dalton Huffman now has 4.
That was kind of like a, kind of a kaboom type deal there. It's like, bang, here I am.
That's the team's 5th foul already with 3:42 remaining. So you talked about getting a chance to shoot some free throws down the stretch. They're in bonus already with 3:42 remaining. Carter Freitag gets back on the shooting wagon and hits the first one of 2.
And this is where you got obviously, we've both been around the game long enough that where you got to take advantage of these opportunities when you have them.
Second one's good as well. He is 11 of 12 from the free throw line.
That's a good night's work.
I don't think I ever scored 12 points in a game, let alone 12 or 11 points in a game, let alone 11 from the free throw line.
I've never scored 11 points in my career.
I scored 8 once, I remember. Perelku misses a shot right there.
I might have had 4 points in a JV game once when we played Avon. How far back does that date me? So I've been back in the early 80s. Late 70s, early 80s. Ooh. If you're Rushville, you still got to look to score here. You can't be too, what's the word I'm looking for, Dwayne? You can't be looking for.
Huffman just fouled out. It almost looked like he was ready to be done. He's not that kind of kid, but he wanted this game so bad as kind of get the feeling as he walked off the floor that he didn't feel like that there was the same intensity that needed to be there from maybe everybody on the floor. A couple free throws for Scott Norton now. He hits the first.
The postseason does different things to different people, Dwayne. We've seen it through the years.
Norton is 3 for 5. 4 for 6.
Talk about the Rockets. They are young. Norton's the only senior on the squad, so, a lot of these kids will be back next year. And, the JV team had a pretty good year. I think they were 13-5, or something like that. So
Pimble, after the Perelku miss, gets the bucket to fall. Perelku and Huffman can't foul. Carter Freitag's going to kick it across. 2:23. Nate Kramer has 4 fouls as well. So the only 2 players that don't have 4 fouls out there is Connor Upton and Gavin Pimble. Upton now has 2. Pimble has 1. Rylan Reimels is going to be at the free throw line. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. 2:15 to go. It's 55-42. A lot of Rushville's points have been coming from the free throw line in the second half. First one's off, no good. With a 3-point shot, though, even a 13-point lead is not overcomable. And their second one's missed, but Carter Freitag with the rebound. And Lane Huffman is going to pick up his 5th foul.
Spartan personal foul, charge number 11, Lane Huffman, his 5th. Tanner Kleindens will check in for Rushville-Prairie City.
So Lane Huffman is fouled out. Tanner Kleindens checks in. 2:05 remaining. Norton back at the free throw line. He's 4 for 6. He's made his last 2. If he stays in sync, he'll miss this one. Nope. He missed 1, made 2, missed 1, made 2, but now he's made 3. So
I got you.
The series is broken.
I hope it doesn't affect the universal stuff.
I know, right? Makes them both. The crazy stuff you find to talk about when the game's going awry. Pimble misses. And they might, if they call that on Upton. It is on Upton. That'll be his third.
Spartan personal foul charged to Connor Upton, number 30. That's his third.
Brock Beekman, who's not in the game, has 2 fouls. Looks like Carter Chambers getting ready to check in. Carter Freitag back at the free throw line. He's 13 of 14.
In for Rushville-Prairie City, 54, Carter Chambers.
Carter Chambers comes in. Connor Upton goes out. 1:56 remaining.
Into the Rocket lineup, number 33, Jason Klitz.
Number 33, Jason Klitz, coming in for the Rockets. Second one's good as well. Under 2 minutes to go here. A 17-point lead again. And we've tried to, Pimble's going to try to answer another three. Can't. And Freitag had to rebound, and looks like BPC maybe not fouling anymore. Chambers is the one out there that can foul. Everybody else has, well, Pimble has 1 or 2 fouls. 1:23 remaining. So obviously BPC has called the dogs off as far as the fouling department goes, it looks like, and just all over but what the final score is going to be at this point, Shelby.
Yeah, I'm sure for the Spartans, kind of a disappointing end. I mean, they were in a regional championship game last year, and I'm sure they were, hoping for, a little bit of a run here to get back. But like I say, the Rockets have been playing better down the stretch, and they maybe not the most artistic, but at this point, artistic doesn't matter. It just matters to survive an advance, move on, play another day.
Get a win and move on. That's what it's all about. Doesn't have to be pretty. 34 seconds left.
And I think we both know we've seen enough postseason games through the year. There's a lot of them that haven't been very pretty.
Yep, and the winner is usually the one that's playing the ugliest basketball but trying the hardest sometimes. No. Not quite sure what the point of that is. Kleinden's having a little conversation. He'll foul out of the game. That's his fifth. There's a lot of things I don't understand about basketball, but why you let a minute and 20 seconds run off the clock and then foul, I don't understand. Ethan McKim checks in for BPC. Subs coming in. Number 25, Jackson Spencer, going to come in. Number 21, Ian Escapa. And number 5, Ryder Crook, coming in.
Ryder Crook's kind of the student favorite down in Rushville when he gets in that game.
Mark Schmidt checking in for BPC. Number 42 for BPC is Tanner Pierce. Connor Upton checking back in as the seniors for BPC leave the floor. Gavin Pemble, Osmond Perelku, Nate Kramer. Carter Chambers, the only senior still out there, number 54. First free throw is good for Scott Norton. Second one with 22.4 seconds left is good as well. He's hit 6 in a row. Into the lineup, number 24 for the Rockets. That's Chase Bickerman. He's one of the ones they added for the postseason run. Mark Schmidt going to try a three. Off backboard, no good. Tanner Pierce gives it back to Schmidt. Now he's going to go over to Upton. Upton will try a three. He left that one short. McKim's going to save it in. Bickerman with the rebound. And that's going to end it. Final score, 61-42. BPC drops the regional quarterfinal to Rushville-Industry, the Rockets. So Rushville-Industry will move on to play the winner of West Prairie Camp Point Central, right?
I would guess it would probably be Camp Point Central.
That game is on. I think West Central Illinois Sports may be covering that tonight. I'm not 100% sure. But you can watch Southeastern and South Fulton right now on our TSSR Game Time Live channels, as well as A-Town and Putnam County. We'll have two different sectionals tomorrow night for girls action, as we'll be here at BPC for the Illini Bluffs. Can't remember who they're playing, in A-Town Lewiston. Who's Illini? Anawan. Illini Bluffs and Anawan, and and A-Town and Lewiston will be in that game. And those games here at Bushnell. Then we'll also be at Canton at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium. I don't know. I've been there one time my entire life, I think.
The Palace of Alice.
The Palace of Alice.
I love going there. It's one, this gym here is one of my favorite gyms. That Alice Ingersoll Gym's another one of my favorites.
So we'll be there tomorrow night for Peoria Notre Dame and Bloomington Central Catholic. And then Canton will play Deer Creek Mackinac in the second game. So we'll be there as we got those games. And we'll have sectional championships on Thursday night from both those locations. Tomorrow night, or Wednesday night, we'll be at West Hancock with Luke Little on the call for that regional, as we'll have two games there. And I will be at Southeastern on Wednesday for two games there as well. So a lot of basketball yet to come. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Tyler Crum, I think, is going to come talk to us. And we'll take a break. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back here to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Tyler Crum's here. You going to hop on the headset? Hop right on there, buddy. After the win, as Coach Tyler Crum on. Coach, I guess Carter Freetag's a ball player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's come a long ways since the beginning of the season. We always knew that he could do this. I've watched him since he was 5th, 6th grade, and he's always been a really good basketball player. And early in the season when we came here, he got in a little foul trouble, and he wasn't comfortable with varsity basketball. And he's not really a freshman anymore. He's more of a sophomore, and he's a ton, and he can fill it up.
32 points, 15 of 16 from the free throw line.
That's back-to-back 30-point games for Carter.
26 of 41 as a team. Did you know
he
shot that many free throws?
I felt like it.
You shot a bunch. 26 of 41 is what I've got you for.
I'd like to shoot a little bit better, but we'll take
a little better percentage would be nice, but anytime you can score 26 points at a free throw line, it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
And in postseason basketball, that's what you got to do.
So. The other important thing I feel like for you guys is you only allowed BPC to shoot 6.
Our defense is our 1-3-1. Once we switch to that halfway through the season, it kept the other team off the free throw line, and we try to play good defense without fouling and try to keep them away from the lane and cut off penetration. And and if we can do that, then we got a chance against Camp Point on Wednesday.
Yeah, you guys have really, I think, the number 9 seed in this deal was kind of from when you got seeded to where you ended up. Coach, you want a hot dog?
No, thank you.
If the seeding was to happen today, I think you guys might have been looked at a little different. That's kind of what's crazy about the whole subsectional and all the seedings and stuff. You have to look at things change so much, don't they?
Yeah, and a young team with one senior and a bunch of guys who didn't really get to play varsity basketball last year. And also, I took the job a month before the season started, and they knew nothing that we did offensively, and we had to learn and learn where our shots came from and who should shoot them at the right times, and just execution. And I told Shelby at the beginning of the season that we're going to look way different from game 1 to regional first round, and I guess I'm not a liar. So
you didn't plan to be, but you definitely proved not to be, didn't you? You'd have to expect it to be Camp Point Central. Of course, I think that game started at 6 tonight. I haven't seen a winner of that, but you would expect it to be Camp Point Central. They are a very physical team.
Yep.
Kind of like Bushnell. I felt like Bushnell wanted to try to beat a physical tonight. What do you have to do to be able to beat Camp Point?
Just we get in a rush a lot of times, and it happened early in the game with number 11 Huffman. That's his name, right? He does a good job of pressuring you and getting you uncomfortable, and you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable is what we talk about all the time. And when we played Camp Point a couple weeks ago, Bennett and Carter were out. Carter was sick, and Bennett had an ankle injury. And Rylan Reimolds, who played a lot of minutes, was also gone. So it's a different team that we're going to play, but they still do a lot of things and that make us uncomfortable, and we just got to work on that tomorrow and get ready for Wednesday.
I don't know that I've ever seen a kid sprint off the floor one-legged as fast as Bennett did tonight.
Oh, his calf was cramped so much. It looked, Dave Hasley said it looked like the state of Nebraska.
It's gonna hurt tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have to ice it, and he does a good job of taking it easy in practice, and I probably need to get on him a little more for that. But, we'll be a brain day tomorrow with a little shooting, getting ready for whoever, Camp Point or West Prairie.
If you haven't had a bad cramp like that, those things hurt like crazy the next day, don't they?
When I played, and I remember after my first high school football game, both my calves cramped up during the night, and I couldn't walk for the next couple of days, and it was not fun.
No, but I knew what it was when he got over there and you started to stretch, but I've never seen a kid go to the bench as quickly as he went there. He knew what the problem was, and he wanted somebody to take care of it.
He didn't like it when they grabbed it either, when Coach Kozer grabbed it, but
that's part of it, right?
Yeah, and he's still limping a little bit right now, but he'll be fine. He's tough.
Yeah, well, Coach, I appreciate you coming up. We'll be there Wednesday night, so
awesome.
If you can get that win, come up and talk to us again, okay?
Let's just keep doing it.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right,
congratulations on the win. That's Coach Crum talking to us from Rushville-Industry after his team gets the big 61-42 win in the regional quarterfinal here at BPC. Thanks for watching. We'll be at BPC tomorrow night for girls sectional. We'll be at Canton tomorrow night for girls sectional. We'll be at Southeastern and Warsaw on Wednesday for boys regional semifinals. We'll be back at Canton and here at BPC on Thursday night for sectional finals, and then we'll have regional finals from Southeastern and Warsaw on Friday. Then next week we'll have Canton and A-Town sectionals as well. So thanks for joining us tonight. As you've been watching Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance coverage of BPC Sports on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Rushville Rockets survive and move on. They'll be playing Wednesday at Southeastern. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.